Hi, I'm Omid from Phoenix English. In this lesson, you'll learn how to talk about place and time correctly in an English sentence. Now, this is important because in every language, the order of words in a sentence varies. It's different. And in English, we have certain patterns that we follow. So, what's the basic order that we follow? You probably know that already. In our basic English sentence, we follow this order: subject, verb, and object. The subject is the doer of the action. Who is doing the action? The verb tells us what that action is, and the object is what receives the action. Let's look at the example sentence. You speak English very well. That's the correct word order because in English we expect to hear first a mention of a subject, then of the verb, and then of the object, and then after that, any other information. The mistake that a student sometimes make is to say something like, you speak very well English. That's not correct. So this is the basic rule. There's a lot of details that we can go into about subject-verb order. Let's look at another example. He borrowed $100 from me. He is the subject. Borrowed is the verb. Borrowed what? $100. And then any other information from me. Okay, that's the review. But what happens when we have other information that we need to communicate that's related to place and time? What do we say first? Is there a pattern? Does it matter? Yes, it matters because English speakers expect to hear things in a certain order. As a grammar teacher and as an English teacher, I'm telling you there is an actual order that we follow normally. Okay, the rule is this, that if you need to mention information about place, first mention that, and then afterwards mention time. So place first, then time. Got it? Let's look at some examples. They go to the market every day. What happened here? Where's the place? The market. They go to the market. And where's the time? Every day. Not they go every day to the market. They go where? To the market. When? Every day. Where and when. Next. We're leaving for Italy in May. Leaving for where? For Italy. When? In May. Alright? Where and when. Place and time. Next. I forgot my cell phone at the bank yesterday. I forgot my cell phone where? At the bank. When? Yesterday. Okay? That's really it. And even though it seems really simple, it can get a little bit confusing. So let's do a quiz to find out that you have actually understood the simple but important rule very well. So now let's look at these 8 sentences. Some of these are correct and some are incorrect, based on what we have just learned about place and time. Let's get started. Number 1. We left at 7 o'clock for the airport. We left at 7 for the airport. Is that right or wrong? What's the rule that we said? Place and then time. So in number 1, we left where? For the airport. When? At 7. So this one was wrong, the way it was. It should be, we left for the airport at 7. Number 2. I walk to the store every day. I walk to the store every day. Is that correct? Well, I walk where? To the store. When? Every day. This one is absolutely fine. Number 3. He was born in 1975 in London. He was born in 1975 in London. Is that right or wrong? Let's check. He was born where? Oops, we have when first. So that's not right, okay? So we should say he was born in London in 1975, right? He was born where? In London. When? In 1975. Getting it? Number 4. Peter didn't go yesterday to the office. Peter didn't go yesterday to the office. Is it right or wrong? What do you say? It's wrong. Because it should be Peter didn't go where to the office when yesterday. Number 5. We have lived for 10 years in this building. We have lived for 10 years in this building. Is that correct or incorrect? Think about it. It is actually incorrect because we should say we have lived where in this building. Time. We are talking about time. When? For 10 years. Okay? Number 6. She dropped the kids to school early. She dropped the kids to school early. She dropped the kids where? To school. When? Early. So that one was correct. Number 7. I'm joining in a fall university. I'm joining in a fall university. Is it right or wrong? Doesn't sound right, does it? No, it's wrong. I'm joining where? Which place? University. When? In the fall. Good. And the last one, we saw him at the mall last night. We saw him at the mall last night. Is that right or wrong? That is actually right. Because where? We saw him where? At the mall. And when? Last night. Alright. So I hope that by doing these exercises, by listening to the explanation of the guidelines, you have understood of place before time when we are constructing an English sentence. Try to remember that when you create your sentences. And of course, please, if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can continue to get lots of useful lessons, which I hope will shorten your learning path in English. Okay? Bye for now. All the best with your English.